Hey, it's Jeff here. Welcome to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. Kicking off Independence Day weekend 2022 with a beer review. And today I'm talking about one from Vermont. This is from Roost Brewery, White River Junction, Vermont. It is Stipes and Plaid. It's a smoked brown ale, 7% alcohol by volume. I believe it's only available in Vermont. I haven't seen it in New Hampshire. And I've not seen it on my trips to Massachusetts. They get a lot of Vermont beers. But I was in Vermont, and so I picked it up there. So let's take a look at everything. And, brown ales are kind of the beer that got me really into craft beer. I mean, I started drinking standard pale ales and some IPAs back in the late 1980s. I think I've said this story many times before, but I'll tell you, when I first had my first brown ale, it was kind of like, wow, this is really different. This is very interesting. So I really started out as a big brown ale fan, and then, of course, it all expanded over time in the 80s, 90s, and up to the present day. So now let's talk about this beer. You can see it pours a dark brown, very dark brown, and it had a tan head up top. The aroma, yeah, you get those brown characters that are pretty distinctive. They're malt forward for the most part, pretty malt forward. It's like brown bread, or brown toasted bread, or toasted brown bread, yeah. And you get this kind of crackery sensation, a graham cracker sort of sensation, even this sort of hint of brown sugar. But it's really the malts. You don't get a lot in the hops, maybe an earthy type hop sensation. So it's time to taste it. It's a nice, comfortable, smooth, sort of soft mouthfeel, medium range, but it's delicate. I like the mouthfeel on this quite a lot. As for the flavor, sweetness abounds. Sweet malt characters, a nutty character. It's got even this really vague kind of dark fruit sort of character. Maybe like a plum or something like that. Or raisin maybe. But it's not really, it's very subtle. It's not very forward. It's a very subtle type of character. But the sweet malts abound, and the smooth, sort of lower medium mouthfeel, it's nice and soft and delicate, really just feels nice on the palate. This has a very sweet character to it, but it's not sort of a real malt sweetness like you get in, for example, an Oktoberfest, for example. I'm not really getting much of the smokiness, though. I'm getting just a hint of smoke, because it did say it was a smoked brown ale. And it's not really there. It's maybe kind of a slight burnt char character. Or burnt caramel. That's one way to describe it. Maybe like overcooked or burnt caramel. Now I'm getting, that defines that. I think that defines the flavor profile better than something smoky or burnt. It's like caramel that's burnt. But it's all very good. I'm not making fun of it or complaining about it. I think this is an excellent brown. It's a very nice brown. I have always been a fan of browns, and to this day I still like them. You don't see them quite as often as you used to back in the 90s and whatnot, because everything's about the IPAs, the hops these days, it seems. If I get myself a nice malt forward brown, a smoky beer at that, it's always a treat for me. So that'll do it for now. This is from a Vermont brewery, Roost, and it's Stipes and Plaid. Thanks for watching NEBR. Catch you again next time.